Good morning. Big Poppy in the house. Okay, what I plan on doing a video on today is an upgraded tour of my reloading room. I'll hit all the places, and then there'll be some things that I'll show you, but I've got a video for a follow-up on different things, and so I'll say that as I go around. Another thing is, usually when I do a reloading room video, for the most part I get all positive feedback. I've only had to void one person from being able to visit my site, and another lady that I'll share a little story with her. But anyway, her husband kept looking at my videos and stuff, and he kept going out and spending money, and I don't know what happened, but she gets on and sends me a message basically cussing me out because I started her husband in buying and spending a whole bunch of money. Right up front, if you remember about 3 or 4 years ago when you went to the store you couldn't find ammo, you know, that's really discouraging, especially when you love to shoot. The other thing that happened at the same time is, you know, 22s, you couldn't find them anywhere. And then next thing is they were raising the prices double on the cost. Cheaper Dirt was the worst company out there ripping us off. I ain't never gonna forget that. And then when it comes to reloading equipment, you know, we run into those times that you couldn't find primers or powder. And at that particular time, because I love to shoot now, I was paying a premium on powder. For me, you know, a lot of people say it's overkill. You know, I've been reloading for 10 plus years. When I started out I had a single lead press, and it does fine. Reloaded everything, still enjoyed it, no issues at all, worked fine. So then the wife said, okay, your hobby is getting bigger, you're buying more guns, you're gonna have to get rid of your four-wheelers, you're gonna have to get rid of your boat. So because I love the sport, I went ahead and sold my toys. I also took me 6 years to save my money up to get this reloading room that I have. I went out and purchased a building, and I finished it out myself as far as the interior on everything. And you know, here's it's a little humor to it, but it is honest God's truth. You know, my wife kept nagging me on, because every day in the mail I'd be getting some dies or getting some different things because I was trying to upgrade once I sold my toys. And here's the clue, the fix. So Christmas back a few years ago, I bought her a 380 Bersa pistol, and she started shooting a little bit. And you know, she was complaining a little bit. It had just a little bit of kick, which most of us know, for all the calibers out there, you don't get much of a kick on a 380. And then we went to, I believe it was Walmart the next Christmas, and she seen a 22 that she liked, a Ruger 22. So I bought her the 22, and she started shooting it. So now I've got her on 2 calibers. So about a year and a half ago, I got her a 9mm. Let's see, I think it was a Bodyguard, and she started shooting it. So the moral to the story here is I bought my wife 3 hand pistols. If you looked at her, she would never ever be someone you would think that would love shooting. Second of all, guns. So once that happened, then the floodgates opened for me. I went and started buying all my presses, my equipment, and you know what? The only thing she said at that point is, when we go to tournament shooting, I want to make sure that you got ammo for me. Well, I already reload 9mm. Now I don't do hardly much of 380, and you know you can't do the 22s unless you get that little Mickey Mouse kit to try to do that, which I ain't going to waste my time with that. So now it's okay. So I can go and I can buy guns with her, I can buy my equipment, I can order my equipment, I can upgrade. She might give me a static a little bit here or there, but for the most part, I got her interested into the sport, got her into shooting, and now she loves it. and in some cases she's outshot me when it comes to pistol, but she can't beat me in rifle. So at least I'm one, we're even, one up on that. So, you know, I'm also, when I built this reloading room, I've made several different changes. I always try to improve my processes, and I always try to upgrade my equipment. When something comes out, yeah, I'm probably the one that goes out and buys it, and I come back and I do a test, and I give an honest opinion. If I don't like it, if it doesn't work, or whatever issues that I'm having, I address that. I say it up front. As you guys know that follow my channel, I don't get paid for any sponsors, anything at all. Everything I have is paid 100%. And me personally, the only reason why I do that is because I can give 100% a fair evaluation of the product, and I don't have to worry about getting an email or something from a sponsor saying, I just kind of didn't like that. I'd like for you to take that video off, which I will refuse to ever take any of my videos off. I don't edit any of my videos. So to make a long story short, I've got 12 years before I retire. This is my hobby. Some people go out and drink their money. They have fancy cars, they got fancy boats, and all kind of different hobbies. My hobby is reloading and shooting. And I really enjoy doing YouTube videos. If somebody else could see something I've done and they like it and they use it, that's fantastic. Remember always, if you have any questions in regards to reloading, please get out there and ask. You don't have to just ask me. There's a lot of good people out there. Fortune Cookie, Elvis Ammo, Johnny's Workbench. Those are my top 3 sites that I really like, and they're very informative. So when I first started, I asked a lot of questions, and that's how I learned. One thing I can tell you, I have 14 Lee presses. I think 8 or 9 of them are Lee Loadmasters. And if you have a problem with any of those presses and that, feel free to shoot me a text, a line, an email, and I'll do everything I can to help you. One thing about it is, having that many presses and that, I can tell you pretty well how to fix everything on them. Also in my inventory, some people say it's overboard. I have spare parts in case I break anything on my units. You know, down the road, we don't know if we're going to have another ammo issue going on. You know, they're still trying to take our ARs and semi-automatic firearms from us. And I'm not going to get into a lot of the politics, but just an analogy here, you know, guns, the people kill people. The guns don't kill people. For an example, if I take a test at the driver's license to get my license, and I use a pencil and I answer something incorrectly, is that my fault or is that the pencil's fault? You see what the analogy is there? Doesn't make too much sense. So anyway, so I'm going to go around, and like I said, a lot of people say it's overkill, and you know, a lot of people come and say, why don't you just buy one press and drink the Kool-Aid? Buy the blue or buy the green. Well, the red works for my purposes because I can come home after work, I can sit down and be reloading. Once I verify 10 drops on my powder, I'm loading. And some nights I want to load 2 or 3 different calibers. I don't want to spend a lot of time changing stuff around. And I know the mount hub that you put your dies in for the Loadmasters, yeah, I could go through there and I can have it changed out, I don't know, 10 minutes, probably reload in 15 minutes. I just choose not to do that. And so it works for me. Like I said, we'll go around, I'll give you a tour on here, and we'll have a lot more videos following. So enough on my soapbox here. Right behind me, this is my mill. And I'm going to take the camera off the tripod and I'll walk around and try to show you the different things that I got. And like I said, there's going to be videos upcoming. One thing with the mill here, we're going to be making some AR rifles. And we're going to be going through, I'll throw you 3 versions. One process is using a drill press, because not everybody can afford a mill. The second one, I'll show you another kit that you can mill out the lower receiver. And then third, we'll put it on my mill here, and we'll mill it out. And I'll show you how to do that. And 80-20 on your ARs is legal. I got documentation. I think it's pretty well legal in every state. The only two states that I would question is New York and California. You'd want to check and make sure. So basically I'm going to show you how to mill out the lower ends. So we'll get started here. Okay, so this is my mill right here. I've got all my tools and everything that I need. And then up here in the corner, I got storage. I got an oven for powder coating. And I've got 10 powders here that I'm going to be powder coating some bullets, 300 blackouts. And you notice that unit up there? I went to Walmart. I wanted to try to get the exact same thing that Elvis Ammo's got. And it was in a big freaking box. And I get it home to take it out of the box. And my wife threw the box away. And you can tell it's fairly small. So I went ahead and got online. And I got it with Eastwood. And I bought me a bigger one. So I can put a bit larger trays in there. So you'll see a video coming out on powder coating. And the two people that started powder coating and have done an outstanding job out there is Elvis Ammo and Fortune Cookie. If you go back and look at their videos and that, just like Elvis says, he's a scientist. And he is, and he did a great job with that system. And I have zero leading on some of the powder coating bullets that I've bought to shoot. So it's a good thing. Okay, up here on the wall, I've got all my AR-15 tools to build. My next pegboard, it's got a lot of tools and stuff that I use for making reloading equipment. And I got another board. It's got some of those tools as well. Made me a rack up on the wall to put my powder drop. These are the ones with the discs. And I have 6 of them. 5 of them are brand new and one's been used. Anybody have a need for any of those? I won't be using those anymore. Let's see. Next thing is you guys have seen a video recently about my bench. I've got storage at the top. You guys have seen the tracks, the table. I've got storage underneath for all my lead supplies. You guys have seen the drawers that you can go to Lowe's, Menards and buy. And they got 2 drawers in the one unit. Currently right now I'm building a AR-300 blackout. So I got that station set up there. I've got a Hornady prep station here. Gonna have a video coming out with that. You guys have already seen my 223 Dillon Swage system. I'm gonna be building a 308 to put it right next to it. You guys have seen the video that I've done recently on my Forster press. I actually did the video on 300 blackout. Love the press. Over here in the corner, I've got a dryer for all my brass. It's got 5 layers in it. You can dry it pretty quick. Okay, over on this wall here, my first press is I could do 30-06, 308s. The next one is set up for 7.62 by 39s. This one right here. This system right here is set up for 5.56 and 2.23. And I'm going to be doing a video on these bullet. They're called mini bullet loaders. So I'll do a video on it. You guys have already seen the talking about the magnifying glass, the minis. And those are on all the pumps, presses. I've got 2 more that I need to install here. And then on the back, behind every press that I have, I have bins behind it, and it's got everything, my gauge check, extra dies, shell holders, everything right behind it to be able to continue to reload if I need anything. Okay. This station over here, I've got a where I do stainless steel pins for cleaning brass. I've also got a shelf that pulls out so I can put the unit and everything on it. I'm going to do a video on it. Alright. Now we'll go in the back part of the reloading room. If you see up here, that's all my inventory for ammo. I don't think I'll be running out for a while. And I sure in the hell ain't going through what all of us went through 3 or 4 years ago. That was ridiculous. And just the price of 22s, I mean, gee whiz. Alright, so I put up a little gun rack here for my ARs. I've got several that I'm going to build. I've got a trim station here, plus I'm going to be doing some more videos on faster ways and better equipment for brass trimming. I've got storage again like I showed you behind all my presses. So this press right here is my 380. There's my bullet feed. We're going to do a video on it. Upgraded all my powder drops. So I've got every one of those. I think I've got 12 of those here. Love them. Made by Lee. Next station here is take my brass 556 and I cut the neck off for 300 blackout. So I've got a saw station here. Load it on one side, cut it, push it to the left. It falls in a bin. Got another powder drop in the corner. Right down here, I got a video out there. If you want me to do another one, I can. This is the fastest 556-223 brass trimmer that I've ever seen, that I put together, installed it into the bench. Here is my press for 9mm. You'll notice on the top of my collectors here, I put a coffee lid on the top to keep the dust and dirt out. And I'm going to do a video on the it's called the Buddy system, Buddy something here. So I'll do a video on that. I've started changing all my round handles, the round wooden ones, to these handles. There's going to be a video on that. Every station set up for, here's where the loaded bullets fall off in the tray. On the left side, your bullets. Okay, and then the next unit is a 40 cal load master press. And then you guys are aware of these. I made these about 3 or 4 years ago. They were a much smaller box. These boxes I have made for every press that I have, but I need to make one more. If I get 20 people or more that would like to see one built start to finish, it takes about 6 hours. I can do it in sections. This box allows me to feed my primers into the track, into the primer feed system. It will count my rounds, and it will tell me if I'm out of primers. It will tell me when I'm out of primers when I'm down to 7. And like I said, these boxes are on everything of mine. The next press is 45 ACP, set up similar. Another box. Here's an addition. I've got a shotgun mech for 12 gauge in the corner here. I'm going to do a video on it. Okay, and the top of the back wall I've got containers with brass that I buy, brass that I've shot, and brass that is ready to be reloaded. Okay, on the back wall here, I've got all my bullets. And again, I told you I've got bins, I've got parts for every Lee press that I own. There's my bullet trays. Once again, here's another press. This is for my 357. Over in the corner here, I got extra dies and stuff on inventory. At the top, I've got a row of powder. Next row over here, I've got containers for my Eastwood powder coat materials. I got one shot, lubes. I've got some other trimmers. I own a resizing bullet kit for every caliber that I got. Next row I have primers, calipers, those kind of things. Okay, down here I had another press here. I use this for quick things that I want to do and not have to worry about setting up a big press. The next press is small. But I love it for pulling bullets, made by Lee. And also it works very well for resizing your lead bullets because it's open here. Got to have one of those in your system, and they're not very much money, worth every penny. The next press is 300 Blackout AC. I think it's ACC Blackout. Spelled it wrong. Okay. And you guys have already seen all the drawers that I've put on both sides of each press for storage. I've also built shelves underneath for spare parts and equipment. And then here's all the stuff that goes on my universal bench out there that I could use for a different task. More storage down here with ammo. File cabinet in the corner. Take all your receipts and information and stuff and put it all in a file cabinet. You don't have to worry about losing it. You guys have already seen what I do with in regards to, I got a video out there for a hub for using my computer for powder drops and making sure that all my cases have powder in them. I got another light that I'm going to install right here, so I'll do a video on it. Let's see. I think that is, I've got a lock and load where you can make sure that your rounds, your cases are balanced correctly. Maybe that's a probably incorrect termination on that, but eliminates bullets runouts. Also, I'm going to do a video on this for a nilling. I got a nilling machine here. We'll go over that. And let me put as always, support the sport. Good shooting. If you like my channel, please subscribe. I appreciate all you subscribers out there. I'm going to keep bringing videos to you. I've got at least 10 of them in mind that I'm going to do. The next one I do is going to be the primer alarm, primer feed, round counter, and there's one more function on that. So that'll be the next video of those. And I will show you, I made a portable one as well. You can take it where you want, move it around on different presses. I'll show you how to do that. I think that's it. Have a good day. Thank you.